Hello everyone, how's everyone doing today? I did not get to post yesterday on YouTube, unfortunately. I just wasn't really feeling all that great. So even though I didn't want to, I don't like taking unplanned days off, but I had to do it yesterday. So I'm just glad to be back in business today. I truly enjoy doing these readings for you guys, and it really means a lot to me for, all of you who stop by to listen and participate and leave comments. I so appreciate that. I love your energy and I love interacting with all of you. And that's why I call you guys my Twin Flame Soul Tribe. So nice to have all of you here. For the past, I would say a couple days, probably 2 days, 3 days-ish, I really feel like there is a lot of nostalgic energy in the air. So the divine masculines and possibly the divine feminines also are really in that space of reminiscing, looking back at the times that they shared with their person. And that's kind of what I'm channeling. Also, I feel like this reading doesn't necessarily have to be for twin flames exclusively, as even though for some readings I call them that, but I truly believe that there are no such things as coincidences in this universe. So even if you don't identify with the label twin flame, but you are drawn to my reading at any time, anywhere on this planet, there could be a message in there for you. There probably is a message in there for you. I do believe that. So I'm just putting it out there. And also, as always, divine masculine and divine feminine are simply energies and not correlated with biological gender. For, just a reminder or an update for anyone who might be new here. And so I really feel like somebody here is probably going to go on a trip soon. And this might not be planned. I feel like you will probably be surprised with this. And the person who will ask you to go on this trip with them is probably looking at a future with you. So that's kind of what I'm downloading. And although you may have known this person for some time, or maybe even not known them for that long, but the thing is that they see you as more than just acquaintanceship or friendship. So that's what I'm picking up. And when that comes to fruition for whoever's energy it is that I'm channeling, definitely let me know. It would be so fun to find out who I'm connecting with. I love channeling these messages for you guys and then reading your comments or your DMs later where you tell me that this was your energy. I so appreciate it when you do that. It's so fun. Anyways, today's reading looks like we will probably have a lot of energetic, there we go, energetic catching up to do, because I wasn't able to do this yesterday, but that's okay. I feel like as far as the divine feminines are concerned, I feel like for probably the past year or so, there has energetically been this huge, what I like to call a throat chakra upgrading or clearing, because I feel like divine feminines are finding their voice. They are not shying away from holding their boundaries and from speaking up for themselves. I really feel like that's a thing right now in the collective, and that's something to be proud of. If you guys have been following me, then you know from my previous videos that I've been channeling the energy of the divine feminine truly ascending. And I think this is all part of that process. And it definitely has to be part of that process, because she's not tolerating anything less than what she believes she should get. And that is a huge leap forward. So if you've been watching my previous videos, you know that I have been applauding you, Divine Feminine, for all the ascension and growth that you have gone through. So I feel like there's definitely a few in the collective. And remember, sometimes I do channel hyper-specific messages. So if it doesn't resonate for you in this reading, probably the next reading or so you will find messages for you. But the entire reading also is not going to be hyper specific, because this is intended to be a collective reading, but sometimes hyper specific messages that are meant for either one particular person or just, you know, a few in the collective do tend to come through. So I'm going to preface that first. And let's see what is happening here. What has the Divine Feminine been up to, I guess, that has helped her through this throat chakra upgrading and ascension process? I feel like many are way more focused on their soul calling, on their careers, on their financial path, on their soul song, you know, finding what truly brings them joy and finding that joy outside of seeking it from their divine masculine or somebody else. So I guess that's really what finding your soul song is truly all about. You know, you find what you love to do, you find what you enjoy, and you find joy within yourself so that you don't rely on others for it. So let's see, let's start with the Divine Feminine in the 3D physical. What might she be doing that's helping her through this ascension process? And I want to channel these messages so that in case, you know, somebody doesn't quite know what to do to help in their own ascension process, can also get some ideas or some clarity from this reading. So well, let's see here. Man holding a heart in the sideways position. So what I feel this card is saying is the Divine Feminine has finally learned trust and surrender, that her divine masculine is indeed the one who holds her heart and she holds his, and she's learning to have faith in divine timing and the process of twin flame reunion. She is no longer in that fearful energy of, you know, what if he doesn't come back, what if this happens, or just that cycle of negative thinking, which is what this card also tells me from coming out in the sideways position, that it was an energy that used to be stuck for the Divine Feminine, meaning something that she used to be stuck in, and then now she is learning to release that, surrender, and trust divine timing, which is truly what this journey teaches us on a very deep level. Because when the separation phase begins, and even before, that is too many cards, and even before the actual 3D physical disconnect takes place between the pair, and just on a side note, this does not necessarily have to happen with every single twin flame connection. You don't necessarily have to go through the separation phase, but for a majority, that is what happens. So what I got is the 6th chakra card, that she is becoming more intuitive. She is more in, well, she's closer to, I should say, energetic union with her divine masculine, so she can feel what he's feeling. She can telepathically communicate with him and hear his thoughts. And it's not something that necessarily happens in on a conscious level. I feel like a lot of this happens in the dream state. Sometimes I feel like certain divine feminines might be woken up in the middle of the night because they are downloading the emotions or some form of 5D communication from their divine masculine. And if you remember a few videos ago, I did mention that that would be happening. So keep your feelers out for any spiritual communication. It didn't necessarily have to come in the 3D, but it could, it might. But I feel like for a majority that this is happening in the 5D, and that's confirmed by the 6th chakra intuition card here, that this is truly what's strengthening for the divine feminine, that is allowing her to surrender. So when she becomes more intuitive, and she actually, as a byproduct of that, gains more faith in the connection that she has. Yes, she's healing. And as she's healing further and on a more deeper cellular level, she's triggering her divine masculine into doing the same. And from this card, I feel like there are some divine masculines and feminines who are potentially still stuck in certain karmic cycles that are ending, which is why the Healer of the Ages card also came out, that, you know, when you heal and you learn your lessons, your karmic lessons, so to speak, those people that had soul contracts with you to teach those karmic lessons suddenly exit your life. So this all tied up energy is coming to an end very, very quickly. That just the last remnants of those karmic bonds that are keeping the divine masculine and feminine away from 3D physical reunion are breaking very, very quickly. And the next card to come out is the solar plexus chakra, or the 3rd chakra card. And I feel like this speaks a lot to what I was saying at the beginning of the video, how synchronistic, right? That this divine feminine who has found her soul song is becoming increasingly, if I can speak today, creative, which is one of the major functions of a clear, healed solar plexus, and also a 2nd chakra. So creativity does stem from both. The solar plexus chakra also speaks to confidence. And if you remember me saying at the beginning of this video that the divine feminine has gone through some major throat chakra upgrades and clearings within the past year and is finding her voice, this also speaks to that, because when she gains confidence to speak her truth and to say what's on her mind, the solar plexus chakra is what is involved in giving her that confidence. And wow, you guys, if anybody listening here is doubting whether or not their person is their twin flame, this is one of the 2 cards that in this deck that I most strongly associate with twin flame connections. This yin yang card, this is literally the masculine and feminine energies in union. And so, or in this case, in balance. So yes, this card is confirming that if someone out there listening is resonating with all these messages and the experiences that I'm channeling here, but they're wondering if this person is their twin flame, this card is confirming that this is indeed a true twin flame relationship. And so what's happening is that energetic union between the pair is getting closer, and that's exactly what happens before 3D physical union manifests. So during this portal, as I've been saying, a lot of 3D unions are coming about. They are on their way, and for a select few, they have already happened. But what's happening here is there is still a remnant of fear of deceit, because we tend to be conditioned into viewing people, situations, etc., the way that we remember interacting with them last. And I feel like a lot of divine feminines are probably wondering, because they can feel that their divine masculine is coming back, but they're wondering how much they have grown and changed. So this is part of the fear that I'm channeling within the collective. And the Caring Connections card also came out that when these fears are overcome, there will be a reunion between the pair. So whatever, if you remember the All Tied Up card that came out earlier, spoke to some remnants of karmic bindings that were holding the parties apart. And then we have this card here, which speaks to what may be, you know, keeping them energetically tied up and away from each other. But this is the predicted outcome for the connection, which is very, very positive, you guys. So that is wonderful. I'm going to now take it to the Divine Masculine's end of things. So we channeled the Divine Feminine here. Let's speak a little bit to the Divine Masculine, because as I said, when the feminine ascends, she triggers her masculine into doing the same. So what is it that the masculine is doing to ascend in the collective spirit? And I get some cards that will speak to the Divine Masculine's ascension. These cards are just shuffling so smoothly. Wow, the world. Yes. So this is basically just confirming that the Divine Masculine is expanding, because this card speaks to soul growth, expansion, and, you know, that will later manifest in the 3D physical, but this is more on an interior level first. So it could be that, you know, the Divine Feminines are glowing up outwardly already in the 3D physical because they've done their inner work, and now things are manifesting or falling into place for them in the 3D physical, and the Divine Masculines are just about to follow suit. And then the next card to come out was the Heart Chakra in the upright position. So this is a very positive indication, you guys, that the Divine Masculine's Heart Chakra is clearing. They're reopening their heart. You know, when they denied their feelings for the Divine Feminine, they caused a significant block in their heart chakra. And now that is finally opening up for them, which is exactly what needed to happen before reunion could happen. Storm warning. Yes. So the Divine Masculines do still have some residual tower moments to endure for their full potential of growth and expansion to take place. So just like I said, there's still some karmic binds that are holding them back. These storms or these tower moments are exactly what's going to help them break free from any last binds that are holding them back. Yes. And as a result, the Divine Masculines are becoming more intuitive as well, because remember, whoever in the pair is awakened, whether it's the Divine Masculine or Feminine, they're in the driver's seat. So whatever they do, they trigger their counterpart into doing. So if the Divine Feminine is becoming more intuitive and more in touch with her third eye, so that she doesn't only see what her physical 3D eyes can see, the same growth, the same expansion and ascension happens for the Divine Masculine as well. The Divine Masculine is working very hard at becoming somebody that the Divine Feminine can settle down with. So this is how he's ascending and growing up, because if you remember, that's the question I asked, is how has the Divine Masculine been doing this, what the Divine Feminine has triggered him into doing. And he's doing it by placing more focus on things that will create a more stable future for this connection, because he isn't playing games this time. He's coming in ready to settle down with you, Divine Feminine. If you remember a couple videos ago, I had channeled the that I was seeing a ring, there's going to be a proposal somewhere. I feel like this is the same energy that I'm connecting with right now. So let's see, what does the energy of the connection look like at this time for the Divine Feminine? Let's speak to her again. So I'm going to the Moonology deck for this. What does the energy of the twin flame connection look like for the Divine Feminine at this time? Bring love into the situation. Yes. So with this card, I just heard Spirit say trust. So I feel like a Spirit is asking the Divine Feminine to let go of any fears of, continuations of deceit from your Divine Masculine. For some, yes, this will still be an issue if a Divine Masculine who is not completely healed re-enters the picture. But I feel like Spirit is saying, let go of the fear. Trust your intuition. You will know if they are trying to deceive you. Just don't fall for it. Protect yourself. Protect your energy. Give them the space and time for the growth that they need. Don't rush into anything. And in divine timing, that Divine Masculine will heal completely. And again, always use your intuition, please. The purpose of these readings is to reconnect everybody with their intuition. Always, like I say, because although I do channel hyper-specific messages for people, oh yes, this card just came out. You and your loved ones are safe. Yes, so it's essentially confirming what I just said with the previous card, that you are safe, Divine Feminine. Even if the Divine Masculine does try to deceive you, it's not going to be in a harmful way that's going to, cause you any disgrace, any heartache, anything like that. It's how they feel like they can come back into your life. I feel like this deck is kind of going silent, but let's see here. So just, like I was saying, sorry, I lost my train of thought there, but these are, some of these are hyper-specific messages for people, but a majority of this is a collective reading. So always use your intuition to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So your intuition will tell you what messages are for you and which ones may be for others, okay? I feel like there's one card that kind of wants to come out and it's not, and I feel like that is what is mirroring the energy of the Divine Masculine at this time. Yes, this one, you're very close to achieving your goal. You're very, very close to achieving your goal. Those karmic ties are ending. Those tower moments are going to help you if you are not going to do it on your own. And always remember, you guys, that things happen for you. Don't ever look at it like things are happening to you. Know that they happen for you. They happen for a higher healing purpose. So let's take a look at what the romance angels have to say here. Any messages of guidance from this deck? Let's see. Any messages of guidance for the Divine Feminine? I'm going to be going back to the Moonology deck to channel what the energy of the connection looks like for the Divine Masculine, because I do know I haven't done that yet. So this card, this deception card, yes. We've already covered what this means, so it's coming out again as confirmation. That's a very strong collective energy that I'm channeling right now, but also confirmation that this relationship is moving toward a higher level of commitment. So pay attention to the red flags. Yes, exactly. You are going to be in a honeymoon type of phase, both Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, because This is going to be a reunion that takes place after quite a significant period of disconnect. But I just heard Spirit say, don't get carried away. So don't get carried away, okay? Always use your intuition and hold your boundaries, know what you're worth. For some of you who don't identify with the twin flame label, there might be a new person who's trying to enter your life. And for some of you, I feel like this might be someone who is completely brand new, you've never met them before. And for some of you, I feel like this could be somebody that you just never looked at in that light before. So there could be a potential new love on the horizon. And for people who do identify with the label of twin flame, this is telling you that your love is being renewed. Okay, so you are not stepping into the same old cycle that, you know, triggered that runner chaser dynamic and essentially or eventually ended up in that physical 3D disconnect. This is a completely transformed connection that is evidenced as new love. That's how you're going to feel. Okay. And yes, there will be a lot of passion in this connection. Whether you identify with the label twin flame or not, I feel like there will be a lot of passion in the coming days for the collective who's resonating with these messages. So now I'm going to go back to the Numerology deck and channel what the energy of the connection for the Divine Masculine looks like. Look at the bigger picture. Yes, how synchronistic, you guys. This is exactly what the Divine Masculine is doing. He is not just rushing to put a label on the relationship. As we saw in the Energy Oracle cards deck, the man holding a coin that came out, we spoke about how he is being very serious about the steps that he's taking in his life, financially, etc., because he knows that the Divine Feminine is the one he wants to settle down with. So he's not just rushing in for, you know, temporary or immediate gratification. He's looking at the bigger picture. He's thinking long-term future, just like that ring imagery that I was getting, and I actually still am. And it's telling the Divine Masculine that luck is on their side. When they decide to take that leap of faith in divine timing, things are going to work out very beautifully for them. Because for the connections that I'm channeling, I feel like both parties are very eager to reunite with each other. They're just trying to surrender to the divine timing, but that does not mean that their eagerness for reunion has gone down in any way, shape, or form. Oh my gosh. That was energetically synchronistic. Yes, they're just trying to dump it all and leave it in the hands of the universe. My goodness, when the cards pick up on people's energy, you guys, they really do crazy things. So if you like to read tarot or oracle cards for yourself, pay attention to how the cards behave, because they truly do you know, act out the energies that they are channeling. It's a pretty amazing experience. Anything else for the Divine Masculine? I feel like there is going to be one more card that comes out here. It's just being shy and holding back, just like the Divine Masculines in the 3D. Anything else, Spirit? Any more cards for what the connection energy of this, or what the energy of this connection looks like for the Divine Masculines in the collective? I know there's one card that wants to come out here. I feel like this is it. Yes, a time for healing. That's right. So even though they're looking at the bigger picture and working towards the future, this is also the time, just the remainder days, weeks, months, whatever it may look like of this period of 3D physical disconnect is a time for healing. So definitely, if you are listening to this reading and this is resonating with you, be sure to use it as just exactly that. Continue to heal yourself as you work toward achieving your goals. So let's see here. I want to use the Starseed Oracle for any messages from the Divine Feminine's higher self as guidance for her on how she can complete this process of ascension successfully, because she is so close. Any guidance, Spirit, for the Divine Feminine from her higher self. Thank you, Spirit. Yes, water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. So Divine Feminine, I know that you are in the process of glowing up. You've got so many new responsibilities. I feel like a lot of you must have started new projects, or must have possibly even started new side businesses or something like that. But what Spirit is emphasizing here is, okay, I just heard Spirit say go to bed on time. So I feel like there is either one or a few Divine Feminines in the collective that this is probably for, who are not getting enough rest because they're not going to bed on time. So Spirit is telling you, go to bed on time. Okay, so don't neglect self-care while you are ascending, because I know staying busy makes it easier to not fixate on your twin flame connection and where it's at in the physical 3D. But also remember that rest and rejuvenation are important. Surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Yes. So as you are working and glowing up, don't forget to have some fun. Don't forget to take breaks. Don't forget to go on that vacation. Even if you go by yourself, if that's a thing that you do. But make time to enjoy the things in life so you can stay grounded in the present moment. And this is the greatest guidance that your higher self is giving you. Lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. So this is a strong encouragement, Divine Feminine, that I just heard Spirit say this is not new to you. Yes, you've done this across many lifetimes. You are a highly evolved, old, ancient soul. You are a conscious, creative, beautiful, powerful being. And you are divine, not material. So always remember your strength. And the fact that you've done this before is confirmation that you know how to do this and that you will survive. That is beautiful and powerful, you guys. I want to channel some guidance for the Divine Masculine from his higher self from this same deck and see what comes up for him. If there's someone here who's listening that has some background in the military, I just heard Spirit say, tailor your discipline. So you'll know if this message is for you, if it resonates for you. But I feel like if you do have the background from the military and you're used to, an extremely strict schedule or doing things a certain way, or just, that need that might become like a compulsion to have things done at a certain time in a certain way, just be easy with yourself and remember to listen to your body. Take the rest and, the time you need to really rejuvenate and feel better. I feel like there are a lot of Divine Masculines who are going through huge anxiousness through this process as well. So I feel like that's probably all that's going to come out of here. We'll see here. Divine Masculine, you've got the love. Hadarian energy, codependency, boundaries. Yes. So a lot of the Divine Masculines in the collective, if you remember that all tied up card that I pulled up earlier, the karmic contracts and binds do not always have to be in the form of another human being. It could be in the form of unhealthy habits, addictions, codependencies, and things like that. So this card is saying for them to pay attention to what that is, identify their codependent behaviors, and work through ascending from those. And of course, all of this is a process, right? We validate that, we respect that. It's just a heads up on what to work on and what to work toward. Your life is a canvas, artist manifestation, creative accountability. Yes, divine masculine, you can create the life that you want, and you don't have to be dependent on old, comfortable, yet unhealthy patterns to live a comfortable life. You are required to kind of get out of your comfort zone so that you can manifest the life that you do want with your divine feminine, because these old habits are holding you back. But you, just as the divine feminine, are a powerful, conscious, creative being, and you have the power to create and manifest the life that you desire. So also, just like I tell the divine feminines, dear divine masculine, don't sell yourself short. Okay. Wait, it's not time yet. Things are being woven. Yes. So there are a lot of divine masculines who are, I feel like, being very hard on themselves because they come so close to taking action and they don't do it. And I've spoken on this before too, where, you know, they might be typing up text messages and not sending. They might be viewing your social media profiles, about to send you that friend request or a request to connect, and then they hold back. And then when they hold back, they beat themselves up over it, so to speak, you know, that, why didn't I do it? And why am I taking so long? They have a lot of internal frustration with themselves. So what your higher self is telling you here, that this is all going to happen in divine timing, that you are being guided in certain ways to hold back and do certain things until the time is right. Because the universe knows, divine masculine, that you don't want to mess this up. When you go back and reunite with your divine feminine, you want things to go perfect. You want her to know that you are a changed man and that you are a much more evolved and emotionally mature individual than you were when the physical 3D disconnect happened. And that's what this card is about. So be easy with yourself. Next is earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. Just like we said for the divine feminine, dear divine masculine, your higher self is telling you the same thing. That take a step back, take some time to rest and rejuvenate, reconnect with nature. It's going to calm your nerves down. There is nothing more healing and energy clearing than water. And I'm just being drawn to this waterfall image here that is oh so beautiful. And it's, yeah, this place is where I would go to meditate and clear my mind. And if I could touch that water somehow, if I could find a path to get there, I would do that. So I feel like Spirit is saying to reconnect with nature, especially water, and to take time to clear your mind, because that is what's going to help you sharpen your intuition. I feel like the reason why you are intuitively blocked right now is because your mind has so much running through it all at the same time that it doesn't quite even know where to start when it's thinking about things. And so your ego-based mind tends to overpower your intuitive third eye. A new earth, it's happening. Keep holding the vision. Yes, divine masculine, you are being reassured here that hold your vision. You're very close to achieving your goal. You just need to keep plowing forward while you take the guidance of your higher self. So rest and rejuvenate. Don't be too hard on yourself. Be easy with yourself. Tailor your discipline to what fits your lifestyle now, especially if you are the divine masculine that Spirit was saying has a military background. You are almost there, divine masculine. You're doing a wonderful job. You're glowing up, you're growing, you're ascending just like the divine feminine. Just keep moving forward. And this here, the seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconscious to light. Yes. So this water imagery again tells me clear your energy, connect with water, take cleansing baths, showers if that's more comfortable for you. Don't be afraid to make them long so they can be healing for you. And this way, your third eye will be more clear for you. It's already open. You'll just be connected to it better, if that makes sense. So I hope that helped you guys. And let's see here. I want to channel some love messages. So I'm going to go to the Eternal Messages deck for this. The first will be love messages from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine. And I love using this deck for this. It's pretty comprehensive. I feel like most people that I use this for in their connection resonate with these messages quite a bit. This is a large deck too, as you can see. So that holding back energy, I'm telling you. As you can see, the cards, like, they want to flip out so bad and then they just land right back on the deck here. So can I please get a love message or some love messages from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine Spirit? Today the cards are they're really holding back. And I feel like that speaks a lot to, the Divine Feminine also not wanting to get hyper fixated on her twin flame connection and just putting so much time into work and her projects and activities that, she's just holding herself back from falling into that overthinking pattern. Yes, how synchronistic, you guys. I'm going to take action. I'm just planning the approach. So your Divine Masculine is reassuring you, Divine Feminine, he's going to take action. He's just planning the approach. Divine timing is always at work. And this, again, so synchronistic, you guys. I'm speaking through songs. So listen for any songs that resonate with you for your connection. If you randomly just have a song that you haven't heard in years, playing in your mind all of a sudden, that is your twin flame's higher self sending you a message. And there might be certain lyrics in that echo what he wants to say to you in the physical 3D. So his higher self is sending you that message through songs. This happens for me also quite a bit. I'm often woken up in the middle of the night and, songs that probably my parents played when I was in elementary school and I have not heard since then, just run through my mind, these old-timey love songs. And then I know that that's the message from my masculine that he wants to tell me at that moment, because he dreams of me quite a bit. So here we go. And this doesn't only have to happen when you guys are in separation, you guys. The speaking through songs and 5D communication will continue even when you are in union with your person. That's not something that ever goes away for twin flames. So just so you know. All right, Divine Masculine, I'm not gonna force you to talk too much. Yes, I'm trying to figure out how to come back around to you. Exactly. Beautifully said. Seeing you doing better makes me want to be better for you. Yep, just like we've been talking about throughout the video. You glowing up makes them want to glow up. Now they're taking every single decision in a very thought out and bigger picture way, that how is this going to help them settle down with you when they do make their comeback. They want to be financially, emotionally, spiritually, in every way possible, ready for you and your reunion. And that's such beautiful energy, you guys. This deck always, always, always doesn't want to fit in my hands. There we go. But this is truly a lovely deck. Very lovely deck. So this is going to be a love message from the Divine Feminine's higher self to the Divine Masculine. Can I get a love message from the Divine Feminine for the Divine Masculine Spirit? I feel like that's it. The Angel Rasbar. Let's see. That is the number 27 card. And I know many of you in the collective have been seeing 222, 777, or some number combination with 2s and 7s. So this card will definitely resonate for those of you who've been seeing those angel numbers as well. 27. Tell me the truth, I asked love. What are you? I am the everlasting life, love said. I am the recurring joy of life. Rumi. The Master speaks of a den of riches where many precious jewels can be found. In abundance they lie, patient and yet ready to be claimed. Go scoop them up, urges the Master. The devoted ones look but cannot see. Where are these precious jewels, they cry, for we cannot find them anywhere. The Master gazes lovingly at the devoted ones and responds kindly. In service, my beloveds, you shall find the jewels through service. For what is the soul but the finest and most precious of heavenly jewels? What is service but the scooping up of the soul, that it does not lie lost nor unclaimed, but instead honored for all its precious worth and beauty, tended to until it becomes vibrant as a flawless ruby, radiant with the joy of living. That is so beautiful, you guys. That was amazing. I hope you all enjoyed this reading. And as always, please remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel. I also find that by asking you to take these 2 actions, that when you do take these 2 actions, I should say, you are energetically signaling your presence here to me, and I'm able to pick up on your energy a little bit easier and channel more specific information for you and your connection. And it's also how you're letting Spirit know that you're here and you're open to receiving any guidance or messages that might come through during the reading for you. So thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. I'm going to close out the reading here. I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your week. If you haven't already, definitely come join me on Instagram. I will leave my Instagram ID in the video description box. I do readings there daily. I do card pulls there daily. You can DM me at any time to book a reading. And especially my card pulls are the most popular and well loved with my followers. So definitely come join me there, and look for my Instagram ID in the video description box. You all have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your night, and I'll talk to you again in the next reading video. Bye, guys.